Hello and welcome to episode 36 of the What If South is Up podcast, where we talk about the ups and downs of creating worlds from scratch and all the misadventures we experience along the way. In a nutshell, how to wing it like an author. My name is Derek Hall, creator of the Crimson Prophecy and Horizon Gamelit series, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and just about anywhere you want to buy an ebook. I am here with my ever lovely co-host, Christina LaFave.
Hello, I'm Christina LaFave, and I'm in the middle of building my first world. It's a magical Earth where colonization never happened in the Americas. I'm also reworking my first novel for the 100th time, not really, close to it, but not really, and has a working title, Clogs and Claws. So, moving on, Mr. Derek, what are you drinking today?
Nothing particularly fun. No alcohol tonight, but I do have a CBD infused soda from Rogue Brewing of the pineapple guava variety.
How is CBD infused soda not fun?
It doesn't give me happy vibes by the end of the show.
I give you happy vibes.
Not when there's Muppets involved.
Not when there's Muppets.
There is an exception to every rule.
That's adorable. I love how I got you.
Yeah, I still don't like you for that.
That's fine. One of my friends told me that was the most amazing question. Well, one of our friends, said she did it, an out loud guffaw when the question came up. But I had another friend.
Yep.
I had another friend tell me that it was brilliant.
Brilliantly evil. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a black cherry vodka martini.
Oh, that sounds good.
So, I may have to start being boring as well. I may have to cut down on my alcohol, which is really causing me some stress. But I really like this stuff.
Yeah, you just have to go down a shelf is all.
Yes.
Get some cheaper stuff.
It's not about money, it's about weight.
Nah. Just more love.
Just more love.
More to love. That's all. Although I can't really talk. I've lost 65 pounds in the last 2 months, so...
So, A, congratulations. B, that's horrible. C, that's too much.
Huh? What was C?
Yes.
I was laughing.
That's too much.
Yeah, it is too much. It's a little scary. I wear about between 30 and 40 pounds of gear at work, between heavy ass boots and all that kind of stuff, and the scale just keeps going down. It's bizarre, but it is what it is.
Yeah, me and my friends are putting together our third space right now, and we have a treadmill, an elliptical, a stepper, weights, and a dance floor. So
Oh, there you go.
we're expecting, I think Wednesday, we're going to start our starter regimen, and then increasing the days per week as we get a little bit better. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be fun. Well, between walking 5+ miles a day when I work and carrying all that weight around and everything else going on in my life, it's melting away. And yeah, I don't know how to feel about it.
I understand. Body changes are, they're life changing.
Yeah, it's strange. And I didn't really have that much to lose anyways. So anyhow, how have you been consuming stories recently?
Hubby and I started watching a new show called Resident Alien. Have you heard of it?
I have.
It is hilarious. It is smart. I mean, I am laughing out loud. It is great. And God, who's the lead actor? He was he was the guy in what's it called? the pilot. What was his name? Resident. I am Google. To the
Do you mean
Google.
Firefly?
Yes, that one. Yeah.
Alan Tudyk.
Yes.
I love Alan Tudyk.
Yes. Oh, he is crushing it.
He's
He's.
absolutely hilarious.
You have no idea until you see this. I had no idea until I saw this. He's crushing it. But as far as reading goes, I did some nonfiction, going back to that idea that I need to start working out again. So
Mm-hmm.
nothing fun for reading.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
What about you?
I'm back in the He Who Fights with Monsters vein because I'm a couple of books behind right now, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
really enjoying it. The characters are just so good.
Mm.
Um, but not much in the way of TV or movies, though I have restarted The Boys. Um,
The TV
I
show
got,
The Boys.
yeah, on Amazon. I got partway
The
through it a year or two ago and I never finished it, so I figured what the hell. Somebody at work started talking about it and kind of got
that's
my brain thinking about it
the
again.
superhero one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
superheroes gone dark side, and I kind of like it.
I absolutely love that show.
Mm-hmm.
Abs- Now, my husband, who likes things a little bit, he loves end of the world stories, zombie stories, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't get into it.
That's fair.
Me, who I don't like things that dark, right? Um, or gory. I absolutely love that show, even though it has gory. I can't.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it was
dark.
fabulous. It was very dark, pretty gory, and I
Yep.
think it's one of the. I think it's a fabulously intelligent
See,
TV
and I'm
series.
just a sucker for Carl Urban. I love Carl Urban and anything
Who
he's ever
doesn't?
done.
Okay, who
He's
doesn't?
amazing, and he makes a fantastic asshole.
Oh no, everyone played their characters brilliantly. It
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I'm
I'm
not.
kind of
I'm not interested in the
piddling
teenage
away at that
one.
when I have moments of no kid around.
Yeah,
But
which aren't often, I'm sure.
no, it's late nights mostly. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm working on that and reading and trying still to get out of my sickness funk.
Oh, it's been a long time.
It's been almost 3 months.
Yeah, that is exhausting.
It really is.
It's exhausting just me thinking about you having to go through that. So,
Yeah, I'm still working on it, still coughing up crud and that sort of thing. I feel mostly normal. I'm just tired and
mhm.
have a lot of crud in my throat. But other than
It's
that,
amazing. It's amazing how long it takes the body to heal from something. I mean, I mean, I had breast cancer, and when
hmm
they did the lumpectomy, you know,
hmm
they didn't move any innards around or anything, right? They didn't change much. They just took out some cells. And it was surprising to me how it like, yeah, 3 months, 4 months to heal from that. And what I mean by heal is not the skin stitching up. I mean, getting your energy back,
yeah, getting
feeling
back to
normal.
functional. Yeah, I
It's
completely
amazing.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple years
Um,
ago when I ended up in the hospital, even after I got out and they're like, "You're fine," it was another probably 6 or 8 months before I felt normal.
and I don't think people give themselves enough credit for that. Even after the flu, even after a sprained ankle, whatever, we just do not give ourselves enough time to heal all the way before we start acting normal. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Well, I mean, society
It-
doesn't really give you a choice. You got to go back to work. You got to go back to your daily life. You got to buy groceries. You got to cook dinner. You got to
yeah.
do laundry, like walk the
Not
dog,
only do you
whatever.
have to, but if you're not, then there's something wrong with you. You can't
Exactly.
just do nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it
Oh,
is
that's
what
all.
it is, and that's enough of us being miserable.
I actually put on my TBR a book that was by a psychologist that is there's no such thing as lazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to it.
I'm a firm believer in spoon theory. So,
Oh yes, the spoons. Yes.
yep.
Yep.
Some days you just don't have enough spoons to get everything done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. So, what author problems have you encountered or been trying to solve or working on since the last episode?
Well, on the advice of some author friends, I've gone back to book 3 and started reading and editing what I have from the beginning in the hope that once I get to where I'm stuck, the juices will be flowing again and I can keep it rolling.
Hmm.
Um, and honestly, it's actually been kind of nice. I haven't looked at some of what I have in so long that I've kind of forgotten what's in the book.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
going back through is a nice refresher and a reminder that I don't actually hate my own writing, which is nice. So
Isn't that nice?
yeah, it is.
That's nice.
Yeah, I was reading some of it out loud the other night and just kind of going through it and being like, okay, I need to edit that, fix that, change that, do this, do that. But at the same time, going, hey, this story actually kind of works.
Yeah. Well,
So,
congratulations for that. Good job.
yay, I'm doing things. How about you?
I actually touched my manuscript since the last time we spoke.
Yay,
Yay!
group progress.
Yay! Um, I I put it on the back burner because I was, doing that whole thing of, okay, I gotta work on my narcolepsy, blah blah blah, and I put it on the back burner because I kind of got stuck on a couple places for pacing, and I don't know, I got discouraged. But I picked it up earlier today, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna look at this. I'm just gonna, like you did, I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
kind of go from the beginning and figure out where I'm at, and what I'm missing. So
Yep.
I think right now I'm just kind of trying to get the pacing right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been working on. Yeah.
Right. Every week, we like to share one sentence from our current works in progress, a single sentence, no context. Christina, are you ready for Dead Darlings?
Yes, I am, and this is actually a dead darling. Here we
Ooh.
go. Anisha loved how one place melted away, then morphed into an entirely different place.
Ah, yes, portal magic.
Yeah. But I think I can make it more interesting. This is dead because it's boring sentence. It's just a friggin' boring sentence.
it it is the framework on which to hang your
Good stuff.
elaborations.
Yep.
Yep.
But this one's dead. What about you?
I have one, and like most of mine, it is TBD. I don't know if it's dead or alive or not. It's first draft. But caution is what keeps us safe. Isolation only makes us a target. Isolation is the reason that Sevendil fell before. With no allies and nowhere to run, we are vulnerable.
You cheated.
I did cheat. I just realized that. It's one thought and one line of dialogue, okay? I'm tired. I've been sick for 3 months. I did cheat.
It's
Should we
okay.
try
I
that
forgive
again?
you.
Should I
No,
try
I
that
forgive
again?
you.
I can pare it
No,
down. You want me to try it again?
no, no, no. I'm.
Okay, fine. You get out of jail free for a cheat later then.
Yeah. Actually, I've had a cheat before, so
Oh,
this is
okay. Then
your
what are you
cheat.
bitching about? Shut up.
I'm not bitching. I'm pointing out.
All right, I cheated. I'll admit it. I didn't know that I cheated until I did it, but I did it. That's okay. Rules were meant to be broken.
At least by us.
Well, we made the rules.
Yep. Okay, now on to the point of the show and our favorite game. Each week we roll a d20, which helps us randomly choose from a perpetual list of 20 scenarios. And then we talk about how it would affect our made up ad hoc worlds. And today we're going to let Mr. Derek roll. Did I just hear the wind? I heard it sounded weird.
Okay, number 6. What if a Jack the Ripper style villain started up in your world?
Hmm. So I would love to say that there's no such thing as a serial killer in my world, but we know that that's not possible. Right? I don't care how good our worlds are or our societies are. Although, it's a really interesting thought is that America has more serial killers per capita than any other country in the world. So we're doing something wrong.
We're doing a lot of things wrong. Where do you want to start?
Um, I'm Googling something right now. I'm cheating. Um, but how would it affect my world? So, um, oh my gosh. So, just real quick, the Googles. The number
Mm-hmm.
two country of serial killers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this looks like serial killers not by annual but ever. Okay.
Right.
The number two country is Russia with 196 serial killers.
Oh shit, that's
Okay.
just like the last 50 years around these parts.
The US has had 3,615.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Is this a
insane.
surprise? No.
I, I'm not surprised that we're the most.
Mm-mm.
I am surprised by
The order
that.
of magnitude.
Yes. I'm surprised is not the word. How about embarrassed, astonished, mortified?
Embarrassed is a good one.
The lowest country that is on this list, so the country at number 15 is Poland with 29.
We also
What the
have a,
hell?
well, not, we don't outclass Russia, but we also have a very large landmass compared to most countries and a large
It-
population. So,
yeah, but looking at this list, China, which has far more people than we do,
mm-hmm.
is number 12 on the list.
Mm-hmm. They also can't fart without the government showing up. So,
I'm not saying it. Oh, no, you can't say that about all the others on here.
no, I'm not saying that about all the others. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, China in
I mean, Canada,
particular is
yeah, well,
very
can
authoritarian.
well, duh, but Canada has a lot of land mass, but not the population, and they're number 7 on the list.
Yeah, most of their population lives within 100 miles of our border.
Mm-hmm.
So, be a good country to get lost in.
No, because you'll die. There's nobody to help you. Okay.
not
Um.
not like get lost and need help, but get lost on purpose.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
So, serial killer in my world. I don't think it would be taken lightly. I don't think it would be ignored, and
No.
I don't think it would be take long for people to find it. So, a serial killer wouldn't get very far in my world without people. I don't want to say they're tattling on each other. Like, I don't like that idea of if you see something, report something. That kills me. Um, but I also don't think there'd be a need for. Oh, you know what? Ooh, this is cool. So, in my world, people come from other worlds to live in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And when they come from another world, they don't remember their life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, how cool of a story would it be if they came into my world, they don't remember who they were, and they started killing and they don't understand why they're killing people?
Hmm.
They don't understand why they want to do this.
The compulsion.
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
don't know
that
who
could
they
be
are.
fun. That could
Wouldn't
be
that be
fun.
interesting?
I see a
Yeah.
novella. I see a companion novella.
Oh, that would be cool. Um, and they know it's wrong, so they're trying to hide it. So it's kind of the Dexter kind of thing there. But
Hmm.
this whole idea that, and then nobody in this world, and then my world, there wouldn't be a lot of serial killers, right? So there wouldn't be a lot of studies on it. They wouldn't be able to find a lot of information about why they're doing it, right?
Yeah, that'd be a weird thing to walk into a library and ask for.
Right?
Where's your section on the motivation and methodology of serial killers?
Well, if somebody walked into a United States library and asked for that, it wouldn't be weird.
Not at all.
But if somebody walked into a library in my world and asked that,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, I know, I'm putting it together. I'm like, wow,
Hmm.
that's intense. Now, how would Anisha? Oh, that could be really interesting. So Anisha could be given the task of finding this person. Not that she's a detective, but she is going to be put in charge of protecting the planet. I don't know. I need to think about this. Do you have any thoughts on it while I'm thinking?
Well, my world is a little less idyllic than yours. Like death and killing are just kind of part of it. It's not, Game of Thrones or anything like that, but
So
um
are you saying it would take longer to discover that someone was actually killing
I think
serially?
I think it would take longer to discover, and I think it would be less of a surprise. Um like dead people are not a rare thing, and really really bad people are not a rare thing. So it would just be a matter of, once you figure out what's going on, it'd be a matter of finding them and figuring out what to do with them. Um, if I were to do like a serial killer book set in my world, I think the interesting twist of it would have to do something with who the person was, not what they were doing. Unlike your world, where what they're doing could be the twist of it, because that's not something that people know to expect. um, it would have to be somebody you least expected in my world. A prince or a diplomat or the local tailor or blacksmith or something that you just somebody that you've known your whole life and would never expect to do something like that, which is usually how the whole serial killer thing goes. But and I'm not clever enough for murder mysteries, but um yeah, I think it would have to be a different sort of twist to make it work in my world, because it's just not unheard of. Um I have bad people who do bad things in my world, and that's just kind of how it is. So I don't think it would really be a surprise. And I feel like I'm talking in circles. But as
So
far as Anara goes,
how would Inara handle someone that she knew was a serial killer?
she'd probably call him out on it. And if that didn't work, like she'd call him out on it. And if they decided to run or whatever, she'd chase them down, because that's the kind of person she is. Because that's not cool, bro. But again, I
How
don't
would
think
she
it would
punish him?
be.
So she caught them. Then what would she do?
If they decide to fight back, all bets are off. And if she actually just managed to catch them, then she'd probably lock them up and figure it out, whether to leave them locked up or execute them or whatever. But like, I don't see it being particularly jarring to her either. She's been through some shit.
Hmm.
So it's just kind of one of those things, like another day where she gets news that there's somebody out there killing people, and it's just like, what? Really? Today? I had other stuff to do, and then goes and figures it out. So that's a tough one. That's a really tough one.
So I like the idea that thinking that in my world, if they discovered a serial killer, it wouldn't be so much about punishing them, but trying to find out why they're a serial killer, right? Um, so in Star Trek in Enterprise, there's an episode where uh, was it Enterprise?
Not gonna
No, I don't
lie, I
think
never finished Enterprise.
I don't think it was Enterprise. Um, oh, oh, it's it was with these Voyager.
DS9. Oh,
Um,
okay.
it was in Voyager, and they find this prisoner ship, and a ship with prisoners on it,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the prisoners gets has to go to sick bay, and the doctor finds out that, oh, he's got some kind of brain anomaly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they fix the brain anomaly, and now he has no desire, no compulsion to kill anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think in my world, I would like to think that in my world, in Anisha's world, that the people would want to know why this person has this compulsion, and either devise a way to heal it for this person, or fix the social problem that caused it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that's what my world would do, and not just ignore it and say, "Oh, it's just a crazy guy," you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's completely fair.
Um, Aniksha wouldn't really be involved in that part of it. Maybe, I don't know, but I would like to think that's where the world goes. Now, um, I will say that in you see these depictions of medieval Europe, or during the Inquisition times, or even in the TV show, the series Artful Dodger.
Mm-hmm.
There's these people who are in power that seem to enjoy making sure people get killed,
Mm-hmm.
or killing them in the name of quote unquote lawfulness,
Right.
right? They are serial killers. I'm sorry. There's no, in my mind, they're just total serial killers, but they're never counted as a serial killer.
Right. Because they have the authority to do what they're doing
Right.
and a way to excuse it. Yeah, no, I completely understand that.
So I think that there's been serial killers around a lot longer than we thought of or have measured, because we didn't
Mm-hmm.
call people that were in positions of lawful authority as being there because they're getting a hard on from killing people.
Now, there's always people who find pleasure in someone else's pain.
Yes,
So,
and if we could heal that, if we could fix that, would we in our society?
no, not in America. I don't really want to get political with this, but yeah, no, I don't think America would even bother.
I don't want to get political with it either, and I just want to say it's sad. But so
It is.
how would let's go back to the original question. How would this affect our world? I think my world would bend over backwards to try to figure out who this person was and how to
Hmm.
resolve and fix the issue. And I don't think that they would just sweep it under the rug. I think it would be Main Street news.
Oh
It
yeah,
would mean
yeah, for sure.
it would be something that people would be highly aware of. Um, and as far as Anisha goes, if sh I think that she'd be the type of person that the elders or whomever would say, "We need you to go find this person, and
Hmm.
we need you to bring them here for justice."
Yep. And with my world, I think it would be widespread. Everybody would know. It would be news, if only in the sense of, hey, this guy's out there, be careful. But in a grander sense, I think it would be handled very similarly to how it actually is handled in the real world. Just because there's a
In
lot
the
of
real
other
world
things
America.
going on, and if you stop the problem, why try to fix the problem? Because you can stop something without fixing it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come back and bite you in the ass later, but you can stop it without fixing it. So if it's stopped, why bother?
Yep. That is very interesting.
Yeah. Funny how that works. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun. If you're a world builder, newbie or not, and would like to be on our show, we would love to have you. That includes all of our D&D, tabletop RPG people, game masters, writers, authors, anyone who creates worlds. You can let us know by going to our website, whatifsouthisup.com, and leaving us a message, or you can reach us through our Facebook page.
Also, know that we are always interested in receiving what if questions from our audience, from our listeners. We'd love to add your question to our list. If your world has something interesting about it, you'd like to pose it to us to see how it plays out in other worlds, we'd love to hear from you. So, do we want to tell him now?
Oh, sure.
So, you want to tell him or you want me to tell him?
I got it.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. And next week on What If South is Up, we're going to change things around just a little bit and try to keep it fresh for everybody and for ourselves. But we're not going to tell you how. You'll have to come and find out. Hey, Stina, where can we find you on the internet?
My website is uniquelyxtina.com, but I can be found just about on all the socials as uniquelyxtina. And you?
My website is DerekHallAuthor.com, but you can also find me as DHallAuthor on just about all the socials. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Have a good night, a good week, a good day, a good morning, whatever it is.
Good morning, all the things.
We'll see you next time.
Next time. Bye.